Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look at vector transformations. So what we are going to be doing here today is we are going to be trying to determine what the image object is, be it a shape, be it a line, be whatever it is. Your image is going to be whatever happens after you move that pre-image. And specifically, we're going to do it along a vector today. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So just some reminders here on some definitions. One, the image is the resulting thing that happens after a transformation. What you start with is the pre-image. So the pre-image is that original figure, shape, object, whatever it is. That's what you start with. And then you're going to do some sort of transformation to it, and then it's going to create or give you that image. So specifically what we're looking at today is we're looking at what's called a vector. And so a vector is just something that has both a length and a direction. So it's basically saying, hey, go this distance, and I need you to go in that direction. That's what a vector is. So let's take a look at a couple examples here. So first one here, we've got our coordinate grid. And basically what we're going to be doing is we have our pre-image. We want to take that pre-image and move it along the given vector. So there's kind of two ways that you'll see the vector. One of the ways you'll see a vector is with a line like this. The other way you might see a vector is with kind of a coordinate. It kind of looks like this right here. It's just like an ordered pair where you have an X and you have a Y in that. So those are kind of the ways that you'll see a vector shown. For what we're looking at, we're going to start with the arrow. And so basically what that is that we're going to move each point the same distance that this arrow is in that direction. So it's going to be kind of difficult for me to do this with my program that I'm using here. But basically, if you can think of it like this, I'm going to take point Q right here, and I'm going to kind of move it in that direction like that. So it kind of looks similar-ish. I know I'm kind of a little squiggly on there, but it's going to bring me to this new point here, which we'll call Q, and then we put a little apostrophe with it, and that's going to be our image from our pre-image Q. And you're just going to do that with each point. So I'm going to take P, and I'm going to kind of move P along here, and so it's going to move to here. So that's going to be P prime, and then R is going to do kind of the same thing, and it's going to move over to here, and so it's going to put it right here, and so that's going to be R prime. And if I go ahead and I draw, I'm terrible right now at drawing these freehand. So if I go ahead and draw that in, you can see that that shape kind of looks similar to that. And so that's what you're going to get with a vector transformation. So that's one way that you can go about doing this. The other way that you can go about doing it, if I kind of just erase all of this stuff, is you can use this little ordered pair that you have down here. And so if your X is positive, you're going to move it right. If your Y is positive, you move it up. X is negative, move it left. Y is negative, move it down. So on this, my X is positive 2. So that basically just means I'm going to take this point here and I'm going to move it 2 to the right. So 1, 2 to the right. And I think that I actually have those numbers switched around. I think it's supposed to be 7 and 2 right there. So ignore what I said earlier on that. So we're just going to say 7 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2. So it's going to put it right to here. That's where Q prime is going to be. And so again, 7 and 2, so 7 is my X, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then Y is positive, so we're going to move up. So 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then up 2, so we're going to get P prime, and then R, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, and so we get R prime is right here, and so that is what it would look like on the actual vector. And that one actually looks a little bit closer to what it is. All right, let's do one more example of that, and I'm going to try to go a little quicker through this one. So again, kind of the same thing here. All I'm going to do is just take this, and I'm going to kind of move it down and move it kind of like that, and I'm going to do that for each of them. And so it's going to kind of look something like this when I get done moving it, and it kind of matches what you see there. And so that's kind of what you'll be looking at. It might give you a bunch of different options with it. And so that's kind of what you're going to be seeing with it. If you use the arrow, if you use the others, then this is X, so it's negative, which means we're going to go to the left. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, and then 3 up. So, and again, that should have been a negative 3. Having some typos here. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put F prime there. And then G is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So G prime will be right here. And then H prime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So H prime would be here. And that's what my translated shape would be.